Hello there, Coat Monkeys and fellow VEDSies. Been a while since I've worn this hat in a video. Today I'm going to be going to Half Price Books and my local comic shop, and I thought I'd bring you with me. Let's go. Okay, so I took almost no video while I was in Half Price Books because right near the section where I was, there were people stocking shelves, and I didn't want to get kicked out for having a camera, but I will show you where I was, and that was in this section where you can find all the rule books for role-playing games. I frequent this section looking for things that I find interesting or specific things that I'm looking for from time to time. I usually sit there for about 20 minutes just kind of flipping through books that kind of jump out at me, seeing if I want to pick any of them up. I think what I'll do is show you the book that I picked up once I get home, along with all my other RPG books, and just tell you a little bit about them. Okay, so this is the book I picked up when I was there. It's just a little monster manual expansion called Monsters of Faerun. It's got a lot of really interesting monsters in it. There's some pretty cool constructs and some cool undead. A lot of cool plant monsters too, actually. One of the ones I thought was coolest was the Beast of Malar, or Malar, I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. It can take 3 different forms. It's got a bat form, a panther form, and like a Wolverine type form. It's really cool. It's also got a bunch of Beholder variants in it, so that's cool. I also have the standard 3.5 edition Player's Handbook. Edition 3.5 is the edition I pretty much always play. It's what I'm most comfortable with. It's what I enjoy, so 3.5 handbook. I've also got Races of Eberron, which is a really cool book. Eberron is a well-known D&D setting, and this basically overviews everything you could possibly want to know about the races of the people of Eberron. But it's not just racial stats and stuff like that. They've also got special skills and feats and spells that are specific to these races. They've got prestige classes and magical items that are specific to them. And it's also got tons of information on like their culture and their background and the way their societies are organized. It's good stuff. I've also got the Draconomicon, which is basically everything you could possibly ever want to know about dragons in D&D. It's basically just a compendium of every single piece of dragon-related information that exists in Dungeons & Dragons. You know, stats, society, history, genealogy. It's got like pictures of anatomy in it. Like here, it's got a picture of the muscle groups of dragons. It's really great. This here is one of my personal favorite books, the Villain Design Handbook. It's got a lot of really great tips on how to make your villains more memorable and interesting. It's got all sorts of spells and magical items, a couple of races, and it's also got some really interesting prestige classes in it. The only thing I'm not that crazy about on this book is the guy on the cover who looks like this weird pissed off combination of Billy Crystal and Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know, he just never looked all that intimidating to me. But it's a really cool book, and like I said, it's one of my favorites. But my favorite one is the last one I'm going to show you. It's the D20 Modern Core Rulebook. Now, unlike Dungeons & Dragons, where if you really want to run a game effectively, you have to buy the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Player's Handbook, and the Monster Manual, you just need this for D20 Modern. This is all you need. It's got all the information on player classes, combat, how to run campaigns, different campaign settings, monsters, enemies that aren't monsters. It's got weapons and armor and gear. It's got rules for integrating magic into the setting. This book is totally all-inclusive. And D20 Modern happens to be my favorite RPG to play. I love playing D20 Modern. I played a few games in college and I just had so much fun with it. I love it. I want to get back into playing it once I finish my current game of D&D. I'm going to be running a D20 Modern game. Should be really cool. So yeah, really great system and a really great book. It's my favorite book that I've got on my whole gaming shelf. And that's pretty much it for today. So until next time, Coat Monkeys and fellow VEDSies, I will see you later.